with music producer Kendoyll Simpson, and he's here to talk about what makes music or what makes a song a hit. I want to start out by asking, how did your love for music begin? Was it like from birth, you just heard a beat somewhere in the hospital or wherever, and it was like, okay, this is my destiny? How did this begin?
Well, I grew up in a home where both parents are musicians, so it was like
easier. Yeah, that does. That's helpful.
Yeah, just came naturally, I guess.
So did it start with like perhaps you learned instruments at a young age? Do you know how to play different instruments?
Yes. Well, I know from as far as I could remember, there was a drum set in the house.
Okay.
My mom plays the drums, and you know, I used to watch her, you know, play, and then I just started picking up stuff, and then I went on the drum one day, and I just started playing, and you know, I just practiced a couple years, and then eventually I became very good at it.
I think that's really interesting because you said that your mom was actually the one playing the drums, and maybe I speak for myself, but I believe that the drums is actually a guy's instrument.
Mainly guys.
Yes. So how did the love for perhaps making beats evolve from wherever age you began to where it is now?
The beat aspect started when I went to SJC. I used to hang out with a guy, Ramiro Hernandez. He's a guitar player. We used to, well, I went through different genres of music growing up.
You were in a band, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was in a band. So
what
genre was that?
I was playing metal first,
What?
actually.
That is awesome.
And then, you know.
What was the name of that band again?
The band that I was in, it wasn't the metal band. We just used to play metal with Ramir and his dad, Ramon.
Oh, okay.
But we had a band called Young Stars. We did reggae, soca, so you know, that's where all the different genres came into play when I started linking with other musicians who play different styles.
So you said you started out, it was a metal band before?
I wasn't in a metal band. I used to play metal.
Oh, okay.
You know, after school
along
we'd
with
go.
other people.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So, you know, I think the question about looking at creating beats, and I want to clarify, because listen, there are a lot of people right there who listen to music but don't understand technically what it is that you do. So you create kind of like the foundation of the songs that we hear. How did you move into that?
I started making beats when I learned to play the piano. The piano is basically the, you'd say that's the more...
Traditional beats maker?
Yes, most people who build beats learn to play the piano because you can do everything on that. You could play the drums, you could play the keys,
like
the bass, everything on the keyboard. So, you know, having the background to play multiple instruments, that's when I, you know, said, okay, the bass should sound like this, the keys should sound like this, the drums should sound like this, and then I put it together as if a band was playing. And then that's when the whole production came together.
You know, we're in the time where everything that we want to learn, we could learn on YouTube. You could learn a language. I could learn to play the piano or the keyboard by watching YouTube videos. How did this begin for you? Was it self-taught? Did you just play around with the keys until you heard something you liked? How did it start?
It started up here. I had melodies in my head, and then I just kind of listen, ting, till I get the same song I'm hearing in my ear. Or in my head, and then that's how I translate it on the keyboard.
All right.
You know, so it's.
So, talk to us about the progression of your career, because you are a music producer. And there's one thing with kind of playing around with a computer and doing it just for fun, but then you started actually producing. First for Belizean artists, and then international artists. Tell me about that progression.
It started on YouTube.
Tell us now.
It
started on YouTube. I used to post, you know, different ideas I had and different productions I did on YouTube. And the same YouTube that I used, I learned how to market myself.
Okay.
Right? And I don't want to give out any secrets.
So you knew you wanted people to use your music. You knew that. That was a goal. It wasn't just to create something cool.
Correct.
Did you have ideas of what artists you wanted to use your music, or what?
Yes, I did have an idea. Like I said, when I learned how to market myself, I started to target specific artists who I knew would work with a particular beat that I made. And I just, to be honest with you, I sent out thousands of messages.
Yeah.
And then eventually, like a couple months later, people start just responding. And then I just start building a network.
Who was the
And
first?
now I could just make a beat, post it on the internet, and somebody would either WhatsApp me, email me,
Wow.
or whatever.
Who was the first artist you worked with
Internationally,
here?
locally, it would be Melanie Gillette.
Okay. Which one of her songs?
Was the first songs I did. I think the first song we did was Rush.
Oh,
Got a rush.
yeah,
And
I
adrenaline
remember.
rush that featured Jonathan
Yeah.
Kidd. He did a rap.
Yeah.
That was so fun, actually. I was just making a beat. Melanie came over. She said, "I have a song for this, you know." And then she started writing, and then I said, "Well, let's record
And
it."
there you have it, the
boom.
music we listen to. So, you moved into soca a couple of years ago, actually.
Yeah.
And I remember the first time when you came and you said that Destra, who we
Yeah.
all love, is using your beats.
Yeah. That was my first soca beat as well. I remember posting.
You have to tell me that whole story. When you get a call or a message saying Destra wants to use your music.
It wasn't actually Destra who hit me up. It was the guy who owned the studio that Destra recorded the song. I remember I built the rhythm. I posted the same day. I started tagging different soca people. And then there was this guy from Trinidad, and I forgot the name, right?
No.
Yeah, this guy from Trinidad, he's he has a very popular studio. He actually got I left my email in the description.
Okay.
He sent me an email and then he asked me for my number. He didn't, introduce himself or anything. So I sent him my number and then he called me immediately after. And then he said, "Man, I like that such and such rhythm." Actually, the rhythm is Island Flavors rhythm. You could just go on YouTube and check it out. I think they have it on screen right there. Yeah, he said, "Man, I really like this rhythm. I think I could do something with it." So he asked me how much I want for the rhythm. I said, I haven't sold a rhythm internationally before, so I don't even know. So I said, "Just make me an offer." He gave me an offer I couldn't refuse. And he also said, "I can give you 50% of the rights to the instrument, the production part, the instrumental." And I said, "Let's do it." And they wanted to get into the whole transaction thing, but he sent me the money, I got it, and after that, I think like a month later, he called me and he said, "Bro, Destra wants to be on the rhythm." I said, "Wow, okay, nice." So, as any other person, I didn't believe until I saw it. And then like a year later, they actually finished the whole production, and so said, so done. Destra was on it. It had over like 100 and something thousand plays.
Yeah.
And after that,
I love
people
the
start
smile
linking
that
me.
you're wearing. It's a couple years after, and the smile that
Yeah.
you're wearing shows just how proud you are of that moment. But it didn't end there. I mean, you've gotten other
I've
soca
gotten
hits
a
as well.
lot. To be honest with you, I now have a leasing business where thousands of artists come and just go on my site and just lease instrumentals, and whoever wants to buy the stems, there's a different price they could upgrade, and there's a lot of...
So your rhythms have been used to win the Soca Monarch in Grenada.
Yes. Also, I think I did Grenada 3 years in a row from 2015, 16, and 17. And that same year, 2017, I also did the winning song for the USA, Soca Monarch, and then last year, Montserrat. And during that same time frame, there was those songs actually made it to the Trinidad soca, the International Soca Monarch in Trinidad. They reached the semifinals. At least I don't think any of them went to the finals, but the semifinals for sure for those up to last year. And then I also did second place for the Young Kings. That's 2017, and then the Tobago Monarch second and third.
Wow.
And others that I can't remember right now.
Are you a soca lover? I mean, how do you come up with winning soca beats? You have to love soca.
The thing is, I can adapt to genres, so I'm not necessarily a fan of soca.
You have to imagine the
I have a
dance
lot
and
of
the
soca
wine to it.
clients. It's just a
So what is your favorite genre?
I would prefer dancehall and reggae, but I don't have a lot of clients in that genre, so I just do what works for me.
Well, here's what we love. It's not award-winning yet, but you have produced our KTV The Remix intro, our Sing It, Bring It, for those of you who've been faithful fans, and from Yes Do I Do.
True.
Yeah. So we are a Belizean product from start to finish. So when you get a challenge and you have to come up with the music for something like KTV's remix, what's your process?
I try to envision the show starting. That's the first process, and then I would say, okay, how would it song after 30 seconds of playing?
Head bopping already.
And then you have to have like this diffusing sound.
Okay.
And then, I just try to create that same idea I have in my head, and boom.
Is it difficult to like finish a product? When you start something from scratch, oftentimes you kind of just want to perfect it.
Sometimes you kind of wake up with, I would call it producer block. And
So
that
that's
whole
a
day
thing.
you could try, and you never say, just have to rest it and say, okay, tomorrow I'll attempt again, and then you just get it one day, I don't really have a...
So you work now full-time as a music producer?
Currently, yes.
What do you say? It's a unique field.
I wouldn't say full-time, but I do multiple things that involves the production of music. I do marketing for artists. I
So
do run a
freelancing.
social media marketing site.
Okay.
Which also helps artists go viral on YouTube and other social media. I also do mixing and mastering, which is a more technical, if you could see that picture right there, I was mixing a song that requires more like physics. I did study physics in school, and I do know about frequencies, so a lot of other aspects of music.
So physics class does
Yes.
pay off.
True.
But because what I wanted to leave with was just a message to people. There's some people out there who have an interest in something unique. And that's what you did. You started creating music just for fun. And now you have all these titles that you can be proud of. What do you say to them about pushing forward with their career choice?
Nothing is impossible, man. Especially with the internet. You could be at home in your bedroom and you could make an impact in the world. So never take no for an answer. Never, if you have an idea and you think it can work, I wouldn't say just go there blindly and just do things and expect it to work. Of course, you have to do your research, learn about what you want to do, and put those things into place, and the results will be rewarding.
You said that you studied physics in school. What did you want to be?
Actually, I was going to be a pilot. That was my intent. But then I realized, after flying the plane a couple times, I was afraid of heights. So I said,
Oh my goodness.
I can't imagine myself being the person responsible for many lives.
Okay.
And I am, So I just said, the next best thing would be music. I already had the foundation, so.
Okay.
And you said your parents were musicians.
Both
I
are.
guess upon
My
deciding
dad,
that you
my
wanted.
dad plays the guitar, the keys, bass, harmonica, a lot of instruments. So I got the other instruments I learned was from him, and then the drums from my mom. And then both sing as well, so I can sing.
Oh, don't tell us that, you know.
Yeah,
I don't
because
want to
don't
sing,
tell us that.
but I
You
know
want-
I won't say I'm the best singer, but I do know what notes you need to. I can help a singer then
Yeah.
bring out a track.
Okay.
No, I was going to ask you if you know, you were joking before, if you naturally hear beats all the time in your head.
I do naturally hear beats.
So if there's, I'd imagine, an energy flow that helps you to create a beat. What type of beat you hearing right now? Other than the nervous heartbeat that you have.
I think I could do something with those 2 cups.
Oh, you can. Let's see it.
If I had 2 pencils, I think I would break them if I tried.
Pencils. No, I think you might have to just use your table and let's see what you could do.
Ah!
You want us to hold the table to Jimmy?
Look, I see. This would be the percussions of a soca song.
So what would you say? That's good. That's good. We put you on the spot and you produced, man. What would you say is the formula for a hit song? And could you tell us a little bit about what would make a one-hit wonder?
I don't think anybody wants to be a one-hit wonder, but
I know, but what do you think causes that?
there are a couple aspects. I think first you need, if you are a good singer and you can't write, it makes sense for you to team up with somebody who can write well. If you are a good singer and you probably don't have melodies in your head on the fly, it's a good thing to also add at least a keyboard player to your team. Three of you guys could definitely make a good song, and for a song to be a hit, it also needs to have good marketing. So it's good to add a person who knows how to manipulate.
And that's where you come
social
in.
media. Yes.
So what makes the hit? Is it the music or is it the lyrics?
It's a combination of the music and the lyrics. Of course,
If you had to choose one.
having a good melody, for a catchy melody.
That's true, you know, because it's really funny. Sometimes you hear a song and they're saying the same thing over and over, but that's a
Yes.
huge hit.
Having a catchy melody and a catchy hook. It doesn't have to have a lot of words. It could be something simple.
What is a
And
hook?
then a hook would be what we consider the chorus.
Oh, okay.
And I guess, you know, having a topic that people can relate to. So I think those 3 factors, if you can relate to people, also have a catchy melody, and, you know, that's supposed to be good marketing, you know. You can't have a good song without anybody hear it.
Yes.
That is
So,
absolutely true.
You know.
So we want to thank you for coming in. We got you to talk the most today than we have before.
I'm not normally this vocal.
And we even made you produce the music live on TV. Kendoyll, it's been great to hear a bit about your story. And we definitely wish you the best of luck, and we're grateful to work with you over the years as well.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yes, thank you.
We're going to go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we'll be getting all the details about Impact Junkies. Stay tuned.